Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining the HVAC Mergers and Acquisition podcast. On this podcast, we're helping HVAC business owners prepare to sell their business to get the best price and best terms when they sell. We're also helping with acquiring HVAC companies and merging HVAC companies as well. So anything mergers and acquisition related to HVAC, we're here to help. If you'd like more information, visit www.scaleorexit.com. We have some great free content on there as well to help you. So today we're going to talk about, and I'm looking at my notes here, succession planning when selling your HVAC company. And so a lot of times HVAC business owners, when they're selling their company, they have some team members in place, but they're still pretty heavily involved in the business. And any buyer or investor, they're going to wonder what's going to happen after the acquisition. Who's going to take over? Are they going to have to hire somebody? How long are they going to have to keep the owner on board? So if you can start getting things in place, right? Now, if you're years away from selling your company, you want to have a team members to hopefully replace yourself, right? To where your business is running without you and you're working on your business versus in your business. But if you're looking to sell sometime in the next year, you may just want to start getting some things in place to where you have a key person in your company that's taken on some of those responsibilities. So you may not be able to completely transition your responsibilities over to them, but you can create that leadership role where they're taking on some of your tasks and lightening the burden for you. So when you do start talking to investors and they ask you what you do in the business, you don't say I'm doing everything, right? Or I'm doing the job of two people. Because if you do, that creates risk for the buyer or the investor, and they're going to want to keep you on board after the acquisition a little bit longer than probably needs to happen. So start getting that in place. That's actually, investors like to hear that you got somebody in place that can kind of take over. Now they may have their own people they want to bring in depending on the buyer or the investor, but just getting that process going can be super helpful, and it'll broaden your range of potential buyers and investors if they know that there's somebody that can operate the business after you leave. Now, there's always going to be some form of transitional period after the acquisition, but this should help with that process as well. So it kind of helps in a couple of different ways, right? With your buyer pool or your investor pool, but also the transitional period. So, and you don't have to explain to your employees, hey, I'm preparing to sell my company. You don't have to do that. You can just say, look, I'm looking to work more on the business versus in the business, or I'm looking to delegate some of these tasks. And obviously you can incentivize the employees as well, and they'll probably take on those tasks with a lot of enthusiasm. If you could, think about it, you bump up their pay to a certain extent, and you get a lot less stress, and it positions your business a lot better as well. Hopefully you found that helpful, and stay tuned for future episodes.